We got a hole. Oh my God. I hope it's right. I'm doing a terrible job at filming. It's like a week later since the last footage I shot, but I'm in here in the van and I'm trying to figure out my toilet vent. So there's a tube that comes off of here, and that's either gonna go through here or I'll put a 90 on it and bring it through here. And it'll go through the floor right here through some PVC pipe. Also got this that will mount right there because I had to change where I was putting this AC. So that'll mount there. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm gonna have enough room underneath for my AC lines and my bathroom vent. Kind of drew it out a little bit where I want it roughly. I'm gonna measure from this bolt hole since it's already drilled and see where I'm at. Success. Time to drill. Peekaboo. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you what my plan is here. So we got the hole, right? This little piece is gonna be, I'm gonna put some glue on it, silicone, construction adhesive, whatever. Shove it through the floor, and then the toilet, which it's a little bit big, but that's a good thing. The toilet vent will go on it like that, and then under the floor, oh God, stand by. Now that you're with me again, under the floor, I'll put this on it, like yay, and then I'll put a screen. I'll just zip tie a screen or something around here so little critters can't get in, and then the toilet can vent. Oh no, it's too tight. It's not perfect. It'll work. A long time ago I showed you guys this. It's a cellular antenna. It's got 7 wires. 4 are LTE and 2 are Wi-Fi. So what this is going to do is it'll let us pick out Wi-Fi and or cell signal outside the van where it's got a little better reception and give us internet inside the van. The downside is I got to cut another hole in the roof. And it doesn't have to be big, but I kind of came up with a plan. So I'll go out there and I'll show you guys kind of what my thoughts are. But first, before we go out there, I'm gonna mount that antenna here. I'll drill a hole through this aluminum plate and I'll cut it to length on the van, and then the actual antenna will mount to here, and then this will mount to my 80/20. So keep that in mind. I really need to get a better wind muff for this camera because when it's this windy, I don't think this little foam one works. And I'm using my GoPro because I gotta get into little places and the Canon just doesn't fit. Anyway, my plan here is to drill a hole in this rib right here. It's on the upper side, so you don't want to drill holes in the lower side because that's where the water runs to, right? So if it rains, water hits here, runs into here, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to drill a hole through this and through the roof, and then I'll insert a pipe into the hole, and actually the pipe is going to extend into the inside of the box by about a ½ inch. So if water does get in the box, it has to fill up a ½ inch before it'll run inside the van. And then I'll put that metal plate over here to kind of protect this. This is an outdoor box, so it's got UV protection, but I don't know how much. And this for sure doesn't have UV protection. So plan is I'll glue this down with some PL Marine adhesive sealant. After I get the holes drilled, I'll slather a bunch of that, make a perimeter so no water can get in there. I'll stick that down, and then I'll slide the pipe down inside the hole and I'll glue that in, and hopefully it won't leak. And then I'll put the antenna right here, and that will do one of two things. Hopefully it won't whistle from the air coming over here. My other option was to put it up here, but I think if I put it up here, it's going to get a lot of wind and it could whistle or, you know, possibly damage the antenna. Maybe not. I could put it back here, but if the sun's at a low angle, or I don't know, this is just my thoughts, it could shadow this depending on how high it sits, which the sun would have to be pretty low to shadow my solar. But I think if I go in the center, I don't have to worry about either one of those. The only downside is I don't think it sticks up farther than this. So like a direct line of sight cell signal might hit this before it hits the antenna, kind of depending. I could always turn the van in that situation to get better service. We're not going to run that all of the time anyway. We're probably going to get like a little MiFi thing to go with us, but yeah, that's my plan. So I got to drill holes in the roof, and I'm not really looking forward to it. And I'm talking a lot because I'm trying to avoid drilling the hole in the roof. But we're going to go ahead and get it done. All right, I got it marked out. I went 8 inches back from this rib, right in the middle. Lord help me. Here we go. Just gonna drill a pilot hole first. Step 1 is to tape it up so you don't have to worry about metal shavings. All right. Wish me luck. Yeah.
Big hole? Don't show me I don't have a bra on.
We got a hole. Oh my God. I hope it's right. Probably could have gone a little smaller. Well, for better or for worse. Here we go. We'll go right in the center. All right, I think this will work. I got to trim this down. It doesn't really need to go through too much. And then this is a really tight fit, but I'm still going to put some sealant around that pipe. Then I'll glue this all down, put sealant right here, and I think it'll be fine. All right, my battery's dying. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Okay, where I left off yesterday was drilling a hole in the van roof, which I was very reluctant to do. As you can see, I put some sealant around here, and that is actually gonna hold pretty nice. It does wiggle a little, but this is a marine sealant for boats. It dries kind of pliable, so that's why you see the wiggle, which is good in a van because everything's flexing. You need it to give a little bit, but it'll still seal up. Now, where the fun stuff is on the roof. Got some drama going on downtown, huh? You guys can probably hear those sirens. Anyway, here's where we're at. I made this combiner box, drilled a hole in the roof, slipped this PVC down in it, and then I put all of these cable grips. These were another thing that was a struggle. I ordered these from Amazon, and they showed up without washers. And we got rain coming tomorrow, so long story short, I got a little O-ring to put in there. It'll work for now. I think it's sealed up, but we probably will test that. I don't know how yet, but I did this so my wires can go through here. This is gonna mount on top of this metal plate, which will be over here. And the wires will go in here and then into the roof. And then this will actually mount over this box so it's not exposed to UV. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it turns out. There's bolts for this thing, but I didn't want to have to drill bolts. I think the tape will hold it fine. If it gets loose, I will put the bolts in there, but I really don't think, with this nut and everything, I don't think we'll need it. It's always something we can do later. Yeah, I mean, that thing's not going anywhere, is it, Heather? You know, no matter how, like, organized I tried to make this, not organized at all. Not even in the slightest. Oh well. So far my day is not turning out completely awesome. I bought this tray. It's for shaving off meat. And I was gonna put it under my water heater. Sorry about the lighting. Just in case, like, somehow this sprung a leak, it would dump into this tray and then I wouldn't have to worry about flooding the van floor. But I got it, and I got it all hacked up to fit back against the wall. And then I realized my framing isn't going to fit with it there. So we're going to scrap our tray idea, and I can't take it back because I hacked it up. It was like 15 bucks, and that's a lot for frugal Brian. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to mount it against the wall and just have it sit on the floor. And I have some like pig mat stuff. It's like an absorbent mat, so at least if it gets a drip, that will absorb it. If it if it has a massive leak, we're screwed. It's just going to get in the van floor, but fingers crossed that doesn't happen. I normally would spend the extra time to get like something custom made, you know, some sort of drip tray or something, but I just don't care that much. And to be completely honest with you, I am ready to get this van done, and I don't want to dick around with little stuff like that. So I might regret it in the future. Time will tell. You'll notice I took out my bed frame because I hit my head on it about 7 times and I kind of lost my shit. So now it's out of my way, and I can mount the stupid water heater on the stupid wall. It's probably like way off. Probably going through the sidewall of the van. I just went for it, didn't I? Didn't even center it. Sun shines on a dog's ass once in a while. Boom, just like that. And this is probably not necessary, but we're still going to do it. That's going to slide underneath. If any water drips, drop on that mat, and that should absorb it from running everywhere, and then it'll hopefully evaporate or hold it long enough for us to notice it. Well, now that that little project is done and I filled my little belly up, which is turning into a big belly in my old age, it's time to do some plumbing. I've got to get this hose mount. This is a temporary mount, by the way, but that's where I'm going to put it. So I got to get a ball valve mounted here. I managed to scratch up my wall already, so that kind of sucks. And then the rest of it will be back there where the water heater is, and then it'll all run back up this way. So far all I've done is put this little barb fitting on this ball valve. Catch up with you, this is again kind of boring, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Well, my clamps don't work for my ball valve. They're not deep enough. It's metal electrical conduit clamps that I was going to use. They're not quite deep enough, so I'm gonna have to get something different. And my swivel fittings aren't here yet for the water heater. So we're switching gears a little bit. We're gonna work on this. I got some shiplap I gotta put up. I got a brad nailer. Well, it's a 16 gauge finish nailer, I guess. So that's what we're going to use, and hopefully it goes smoothly. I kind of wanted to leave more of a gap between these, but because I'm going to put some finish trim there or something, but I guess I'll just caulk it. I was a little worried about the finish nails not holding, but I think we're way good. Okay, unfortunately, my electrical connections are not here yet, so I can't put this one on because we're putting an outlet here and an outlet here. So what I'm gonna do is probably just mark it on this one where I'm gonna put the box so it's like symmetrical, and then hopefully that stuff will show up today and I can finish this up. If I can find my square. This is like a fucking breathing like a fat guy. Oh wait, I am a fat guy.